dear brothers and sisters, and welcome to The Last Ego on Earth. My name is James Scott Shoemaker, and tonight we are going to take a look in our blue book here, the Foundation for Inner Peace edition. We are on page 15 of The Meaning of Miracles in chapter 1, and this is number 7, Distortions of Miracle Impulses. Sounds pretty interesting. I'm really excited to read this for you guys. So, I'm just going to go ahead and start, and I might stop throughout, like I've said before, and I'm going to say it again. I'm your guide in this. I'm your buddy. I'm your brother. When we're both learning as student and teacher, I get to keep it if I'm teaching it, and you get to you get to listen and learn it, and we all are working together to walk on home. So it's a beautiful way of us waking up to the fact that we are just love, and that's the beauty in this whole thing. So I'm just going to read through this, and like I said, if I get inspired, I'll stop. Of course, Jesus right here he gave us the truth here. I'm just giving you my interpretations. Like I said, if I give you my interpretations of it, I get to keep my interpretations that Jesus has given us. So here we go, guys. This is paragraph 1. Your distorted perceptions produce a dense cover over miracle impulses, making it hard for them to reach your own awareness. The confusion of miracle impulses with physical impulses is a major perceptual distortion. Physical impulses are misdirected miracle impulses. All real pleasure comes from doing God's will. This is because not doing it is a denial of self. So real quick, Jesus is letting us know that, we believe that we have pleasure in the world. Ice cream, sex, movies, video games, rowing a boat on a lake in the evening. All those things feel very pleasurable. But still, it's not real. It's not the reality of what we really are. Real pleasure comes from doing God's will and what He needs us to do. And that is, of course, wake ourselves up. Number one, wake ourselves up from the fact that, there is separation happening here. And also helping our brothers and sisters wake up is helping us wake up faster also. So here we go, guys. This is 1:5. This is because not doing it is a denial of self. Denial of self results in illusions, while correction of the error brings release from it. Do not deceive yourself in believing that you can relate in peace to God or to your brothers with anything external. You can't bring peace externally to anyone. It's all internal in your mind, always. We always have to direct the finger back at us when we're trying to help anyone in any situation, realizing that it stems from our self, our own past mistakes that we've possibly had, or even lifetimes. That's how far back this goes, guys. It's not just this lifetime sometimes that we're seeing projected outside of ourselves. All lifetimes are happening at the exact same time. And when we are getting it right in this lifetime, we have the ability to collapse time, which time is not our true reality. Time is only needed now in our classroom with Holy Spirit. We'll get a little bit more into that, and I know Jesus will too, so we'll just go ahead and move on now. So here we go. Child of God, you were created to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy. Do not forget this. The love of God for a little while must still be expressed through the body to another, because vision is still so dim. You can use your body best to help you enlarge your perception so that you can achieve real vision, of which the physical eye is incapable. Learning to do this is the body's one true usefulness. So real quick, so what Jesus is saying here is that we can use our body best to help you enlarge your perception so that you can achieve real vision, which is inside. So we can use our body's eyes to see all the upsets now. We use it to look outside of ourselves. watch the news. We've got some crazy stuff going on the news. We've got murders. We've got separation. We've got sex trafficking. We've got horrible diseases, and we've got all these things that are happening. So we use our body's eyes now as a sign that we need to do our inner work. I like to think of it that we are now in classroom. We've been skipping out of class for so long. It's time, Holy Spirit is now in charge of the nightmaric dream, and it's up to us to go to class every day, every moment, and choose to use our physical eyes to look upon these separated ideas in front of us and let them go. And it's as easy as that. We just are in class. We see something that hurts us or harms us, or we feel it inside. A lot of times, like we said, it's projected outside of ourselves. We see it, and it's like, oh man, that does not feel good. It's time to let that go. So easy as this, you say, Holy Spirit, please take this away. You can say, Jesus, take this away. You could say, God, take this away. And it will be done like that. Out of your mind. Somewhere in the timeline, boop, something's been healed. And you don't even know when, you don't know where. It just happened. Because there's billions and billions of separated parts. So if you, every day, and you're in class now, and we're just letting go, we will start collapsing that pain that's inside of us. And things really do start getting lighter and lighter because you are doing God's will, which what Jesus was talking about in the first paragraph there. All right, guys, here we go. We are on paragraph 3 now. Fantasy is a distorted form of vision. Fantasies of any kind are distortions because they always involve twisting perception into unreality. Actions that stem from distortions are literally the reactions of those who know not what they do. Fantasies in an attempt to control reality according to false needs. Twist reality in any way, and you are perceiving destructively. Fantasies are a means of making false associations and attempting to obtain pleasure from them. But although you can perceive false associations, you can never make them real except to yourself. You believe in what you make. If you offer miracles, you will be equally strong in your belief in them. The strength of your conviction will then sustain the belief of the miracle receiver. Fantasies become totally unnecessary, and wholly satisfying nature of reality becomes apparent to both giver and receiver. Reality is lost through usurpation, which produces tyranny. As long as a single slave remains to walk on earth, your release is not complete. Complete restoration of the sonship is the only goal of the miracle-minded. Woo! That's big, guys. Jesus is saying that complete restoration of the sonship is the only goal of us now. It talks about the atonement. Jesus is a part of that. When we make that decision to have forgiveness in our daily lives, where we are forgiving the upset, we have now become a part of the atonement to help the rest of our brothers and sisters, which are us, awaken. And it helps strengthen the awakening in us. And then we remember that we're loved. All right, guys, next page is 16. This is a course of mind training. All learning involves attention and study at some level. Some of the later parts of the course rest too heavily on these earlier sections not to require their careful study. You will also need them for preparation. Without this, you may become too fearful of what is to come to make constructive use of it. However, as you study these earlier sections, you'll begin to see some of the implications that will be amplified later on. A solid foundation is necessary because of the confusion between fear and awe to which I have already referred and which is often made. I have said that awe is inappropriate in connection with the sons of God because you should not experience awe in the presence of your equals. We should have, like as he said, and he might say this in just a second, but we should only have awe for God, not for anything else that's happening within the miracle. that kind of gets us in an ego thought like, wow, this is special. So let him continue here. See, however, it was also emphasized that awe is proper in the presence of your Creator. There you go. I have been careful to clarify my role in the atonement without either over or understanding it. I am also trying to do the same with yours. I have stressed that awe is not appropriate reaction to me because of our inherent equality. So again, Jesus does not want us to idolize him whatsoever. When we do that, we're putting him outside of the projection in our mind. We're making him more special than we are. And then that traps us because we're always reaching outside of ourselves. And as he's been saying in this whole thing here, is that it's important to go inside to find everything. Everything is inside of us. So we can see him as our equal, just outside the dream, helping us move forward. We don't idolize him. Oh, Jesus, come find me, save me, save me. Saying save me is saying that we're trapped, and we're not when we choose Holy Spirit, when we're in the classroom. Some of the later steps of the course, however, involve a more direct approach to God himself. It would be unwise to start on these steps without careful preparation, or awe will be confused with fear, and the experience will be more traumatic than beatific. Healing is of God in the end. The means are being carefully explained to you. Revelation may occasionally reveal the end to you, but to reach it, the means are needed. All right, guys, so it's very important to not skip ahead. we must make sure that we're not distorting our miracle impulses and taking our time with this, or we might be in awe. We might start going with the ego in all this. So we're going to take our time and we're going to go through this together. I so appreciate you guys being on this journey with me. I would love, number one, if you want to leave a comment underneath here, that would be wonderful. I would love to hear if you have any questions about this section here, or anything else in the course. I would love to talk to you about it. I just love teaching the course now. I mean, it's been 10 years, and the last ego is only 3 months right now, and it's just been such a miracle, blessing for me. All the brothers and sisters, all the mighty companions that have been coming forward and I've been talking to, and I know that that's a part of my projection of letting go of fear, and now my brothers and sisters are showing up. So I appreciate all of you guys so much. Peace be with you, my brothers and sisters. I love you, and I will see you guys on the other side. And also, real quick, so this was Distortion of the Miracles Impulses, and next, guess what? We are finally going to head on into Chapter 2, the Separation and the Atonement. All right, guys, I cannot wait to see you guys on that one. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
yourself from the birth to the dirt. Prepare yourself for all it's worth. Prepare yourself from the birth to the dirt. Prepare yourself, the last ego on earth. Prepare yourself from the dirt to the birth. Prepare yourself from the birth to the dirt. The last ego on earth.